Going, everybody? Well, I can't say it's the best morning of my life, but it's a good morning. Sun shining, that always helps. It's bright. I know. Got my sunglasses on, you can't see my eyes, but you're going to be walking with me. And for all of those of you who are tuning in, I'm doing this on a fairly regular basis, just taking you along with me on the trail. So I like to get outside and walk and be in nature. That makes me a lot more happy. So as you're waiting to join in, I just want to say this is a time when you see me go live, for the most part, well, actually always, you can just jump on and ask me questions. Singing related questions, questions about any topics of interest, and I'm here to talk with you. So, today I have my goals, you have your singing goals, but we also have personal goals. They all relate. It can be tough. I think for me, the hardest thing is just staying consistent. It's so easy, but I get bored. Maybe some of you get bored sometimes. So that can be hard, it's not good to be bored. But sometimes you've got to embrace the slowness and just work on the little details. There's some wisdom. One of my first professional vocal coaches would just say, there are a lot of talented people, they don't usually get very far. And the people that work and are consistent in their practice, they go very far. And if a talented person learns to work the right way, well, then there's no stopping them. So if you think of somebody like, whether you like the person or not, you might like Elon Musk, you might not like him at all, but you can't deny the guy's consistent, doesn't take no for an answer, doesn't give up on his dreams. Well, what if everybody would adopt that attitude towards the things they're working on? Wow, this world would change fast for the better. So with your singing, remember, if you're here listening, ask away. This is your time to ask me anything about singing. So I'm preaching this a lot, but you got to be consistent, and you need to have a plan. See, once you've been working on certain exercises for a while, you'll get bored, just like I get bored, and it's not good to do them forever. If you're working out in the fitness center, it's about 6 weeks. Some people say it's a little longer, some people say it's shorter, but you got to change up the exercises about every 6 weeks because the body just gets used to it, and the growth effect, strength building effect kind of slope off a bit. So think about that in your singing practice. Be methodical. Work on an exercise for a good 3 weeks, and then keep repeating it for another 3 more, but maybe not as long. So you will have gotten a lot better. But you need to keep anchoring it into your system. Hey there, how you doing, guys? Good to see you. Hope you have a good day too. I'm coaching a lot of singers from all around the world. I've got right now a singer in Moscow, a singer in Georgia, a singer that's from China, lives in Japan. I have a singer from Indonesia, living in England. I've got singers in America, singers in South America, a singer in Africa, You know, it's pretty amazing working with people from all around the world. And I've worked with singers in all kinds of different countries, you know, from Taiwan to Australia, really bouncing around the whole world. What's interesting is this is something that brings us all together as human beings, just singing, expressing ourselves. Everybody loves music, and people are always inspired. And one of the things people would like to do more than anything in life is be able to sing. Well, guess what? If you just follow these little exercises and my tutorials on this channel, you will sing. Yeah? And when you're ready for coaching, then hit me up. Right now, you can ask questions. You can ask questions on my Instagram lives as well. You can write me. How's it going? So, one of my singers right now is extremely talented, an extremely talented songwriter. And he's been working with vocal coaches for many years. And he's just so creative. He's just exploring with his voice all the time. And sometimes it's hard to guide yourself if your exploration is too wide. And it's hard for creatives to be real narrow in their focus for about 6 weeks. I know, because I'm a creative too. So, it's tough. Check out where we're going. I'm gonna flip the camera for you. Going up to the top of that hill. Over there's the mountains. It kind of looks like Africa. It's dry here. Southwest of the United States, the southwestern corner of Utah. So it's hard because I always worry that these incredibly talented artistic minds will just get frustrated and bored and give up. Like me, I can get frustrated as well. Yes, hello, hello. So you've got to be methodical. What the creative mind sometimes doesn't understand is it's a process, and you need to invest time. You can make a lot of fast progress, but you're not going to get to your goal in 3 months. It just doesn't happen. Okay? In 3 months you can get far, but you need to do it for 2 years. Think more in years. And then look back and say, okay, if I dedicate myself to this for the next 6 months, 1 year, 18 months, 2 years, amazing things will happen. So be methodical. Don't explore too wide, too many things. You know? It's like learning. Focus for a while. Focus for a while, get really good at one thing, then move on to the next. You know, I did a podcast with a friend of mine, Greg West, and he talked about that as well. He's a smart, young guy. He's been experimenting, exploring, educating himself on singing for many years. I've had the pleasure of coaching him a lot, and it's just one thing he does very well. He sticks with one thing for a long time sometimes. Sometimes he might be experimenting with it for 6 months. Just one thing. But the results are undeniable. Over time, he's become a great singer. Look how beautiful that is. Gorgeous colors in the rocks. Nice view. So as you keep working and keep going, one step at a time, your perspective is going to get bigger. The view is going to be better. Now, you can hear my breathing, and it's going to get a little bit more intense as it gets steep up there. That's okay. Any questions about singing? So what's on my mind, of course, the clients I'm working with, how to help them individually. One of my clients has developed a lot of strong muscular reaction in his throat. It's just too much of a good thing. Shaping, narrowing the pharynx, what people will call pharyngeal quality or twang, is important, but it's not the solution for everything. It's like salt. How much salt do you want in your soup? You want a little bit. You don't want too much. Too much salt ruins your food. No salt, it doesn't really taste as good. So you have to have the right amount. All right? Think of that. So I thought about him and how to work on his falsetto, and all of you guys can benefit from this. When you're working on your falsetto or your head voice, you've got to find the ease. And the ease is not accompanied by twang and pharyngeal. And when you get good at falsetto, you can incorporate that, add a little salt to the sound, but it's not the solution. You have to let go. You have to learn to relax. So one thing that can be really good is using straw phonation. Straw phonation can be very beneficial because you have to learn not to push. When you push, blow hard into a straw, it's too much pressure. So using a straw when working in your head voice is going to help you find necessary pressure, the required amount, and not go more than that. It will also help you find really good adduction. And adduction just means vocal fold closure. Some people will quantify the amount of that as compression, and that's okay. All these terms are important to understand, but more important to understand what it feels like in your body. So, why don't you try some straw phonation or SOVTs to clean up your head voice and falsetto. Get it balanced so you're not using too much pressure. Then you will start understanding how to transition that over into your chest voice, to your M1, your high volume singing. Because you have to learn to release and relax those pharyngeal constrictor muscles enough they don't squeeze off your throat. All right. So I'm thinking of those kind of things all the time because I want to guide my clients and help them achieve their singing dreams. Patience is required. Consistent little steps are required. All right. Any questions? Well, I'm going to wish you guys a beautiful day. I encourage you to go check out those videos I've got for you about singing exercises and training. Just do 2 or 3 of those every day for 6 weeks. You'll be amazed at your progress. Have a good day.